Hi, Miss Curls here, and I'd like to read something different to you today. So, I have a few Aesop's fables that I'd like to read, but before I begin, I also want to tell you a little bit more about what an Aesop fable is. So, listen to this first. A fable is a special kind of story that teaches a lesson. People have been telling some fables over and over for hundreds of years. It is said that many of these fables were told by a man named Aesop who lived in Greece a very, very long time ago. Aesop knew bad behavior when he saw it, and he wanted people to be better. But he knew that we don't like to be told when we're bad. That is why many of his fables have animals in them. The animals sometimes talk and act like people. In fact, the animals behave just as well and just as badly as people do. That's because even when a fable is about an animal, it is really about people. Through these stories about animals, Aesop teaches us about how we should act. At the end of the fable, Aesop often tells us a lesson we should learn. The lesson is called the moral of the story. Here are four Aesop's fables. The first three end by telling you the moral of the story, but the last one does not tell you the moral. When you read the last fable, when you listen to me read it, it's called The Grasshopper and the Ants. Talk about what you think the moral of that story is. Okay, let's begin. The first fable that I'd like to share with you is called The Dog and His Shadow. Okay, and here is an illustration. Whoops. Okay, and it's not a very long one, so listen up and let's see what the moral of this story is. One day, a dog was carrying home a large bone, which he held in his mouth. On his way, he had to cross a bridge over a stream. As he crossed, he happened to look down into the water. There he saw his shadow, like a reflection in a mirror. He thought his reflection was another dog with a bigger bone than his own. He decided he wanted the other dog's bone, so he opened his mouth and barked. But when he did, the bone in his mouth dropped into the water and was gone forever. The moral of this story is, if you are greedy, you may lose everything. All right, the next Aesop fable I'd like to read to you is The Lion and the Mouse. Okay, you can see there's the lion right there. And then there's the other picture. Okay. All right, so let's listen to this one and then we'll learn what the moral of this story is. One day, a little mouse was running along when he happened to run across the paws of a big sleeping lion. This woke the lion, and the lion did not like to be woken up before he was ready. The lion was very angry at being disturbed, and he grabbed the mouse in his big paw. He was just about to swallow him when I lost my place. He was just about to swallow him when the mouse cried out, "Please, kind sir, I didn't mean to disturb you. If you will let me go, I will be grateful to you forever. And if I can, I will help you someday." The lion laughed a big laugh. How, he thought, could such a little creature as a mouse ever help so great a creature as a lion? All the same, the lion decided to let the mouse go. Not long after, the mouse was running along when he heard a great roaring nearby. He went closer to see what the trouble was, and there he saw the lion caught in a hunter's net. The mouse remembered his promise to the lion, and he began gnawing the ropes of the net and kept gnawing until he had made a hole big enough so that the lion could get free. Moral of the story? Little friends may be great friends. All right, on the next page is Aesop's fable, The Hare and the Tortoise. I'm sure most of you have heard this story again, but there are so many different versions out there, so let's listen to this one. There once was a hare who was always boasting about how fast he could run. One day he said to the other animals, "I'm so fast that no one can beat me. I dare anyone here to a race." The tortoise quietly said, "I will race you." "You!" laughed the hare. "That's a joke. Why, I could run circles around you all the way." "Ah, save your boasting until you've won," said the tortoise. "Shall we race?" So the race began. The hare darted almost out of sight at once, and very soon he was far ahead of the tortoise, who moved along at a steady, even pace. The hare knew he was far ahead, so he stopped and said, "I think I'll take a little nap, and when I wake up, I can zip ahead of the tortoise without even trying." So the hare settled into a nice sleep, and he was still asleep when the tortoise passed by. And when the hare finally woke up, he looked ahead, and what did he see? The tortoise was just then crossing the finish line to win the race. The end, the moral of this story is slow and steady wins the race. Being the most talented doesn't always mean you'll come out on top. Hard, steady work is very important too. And for the final Aesop fable, I have the grasshopper and the ants. And there's only one little illustration here at the bottom of this page. So just listen to the words of this story. Remember, this is the one that does not have a moral at the end. See if you can figure out what the moral of the story is. Here we go. The grasshopper and the ants. In a field on a fine summer's day, a grasshopper was hopping about, singing and dancing and enjoying himself. Nearby, a group of ants was hard at work. They had built their house underground, and they were filling it with food to last them through the long, cold winter ahead. "Why not come and play with me?" asked the grasshopper. "Why bother about winter? We have plenty of food now. Come, leave your work. Now's the time to dance and sing." But the ants paid no attention to the grasshopper. They kept working hard all day and every day. But not the grasshopper. All summer long, while the ants worked, he jumped about the field in the excuse me. While the ants worked, he jumped about the field and danced and sang. Sometimes he'd sit for hours and listen to the humming of the bees or watch the butterflies flitting about or take long, lazy naps in the warm sun. And when he woke up, he would sing this song. "The summertime's the time for me, for then I'm happy as can be. I watch the butterflies and bees. I do whatever I may please. I do not work the livelong day. I pass the time in fun and play. Oh, summertime's the time for me, for I'm as happy as can be." Yes, the grasshopper was a happy fellow, but he never thought about the future. One day, the grasshopper woke up and felt a chill in the air. Then he saw the leaves turn red, gold, and brown and begin to fall from the trees. And then the days kept getting cooler, and soon the grasshopper saw no butterflies or bees, and the fields where he liked to sing and dance turned bare and hard. Now the cold days of winter were upon him, and the grasshopper was freezing and hungry. He came to the ants' house and knocked on the door. "What do you want?" asked the ants. "May I come in and share your food?" asked the grasshopper. Uh, what did you do all summer?" asked the ants. "Didn't you put away some food for use now?" "No," said the shivering grasshopper. "I was too busy singing and dancing." So," said the ants, "you sang and danced all summer while we worked. Well, now you can sing and dance while we eat." And as the hungry grasshopper walked away, he sadly sang this song. "Oh, I did no work all summer long, and now I know that I was wrong. It isn't fair for me to play while others work the livelong day.